Hello and welcome, Pisces. I hope that you all are radiating positive energy at this time. Let's hop into it, get a universal message, and see how you guys are doing on the soul's journey. All right. What are the messages you have for Pisces here on their soul's journey? Messages for Pisces on their soul's journey. All right, so Pisces, let's hop right in. Okay. Pisces, I believe you got this card already. So many, and it flipped back in the deck, but it was this. The card of a new strategy is required. Find the path to love and happiness. Right. Somebody, look how she looks, right? Look like she just had a ball, but when it's all said and done and you're left all alone, and it seems like all this fancy stuff don't even matter when you ain't really got nobody to share it with. You just got people who come and use it for their own benefit when it's convenient for them, but when you really need somebody, nobody's there, and you realize fancy things or material things really don't hold no weight in your real life, in your heart. So at the end of the day, yeah, that tried to come back out, but what we have here is the love of your dragon reaches out to you. The realm of your truth is opening up. So a lot of you are coming to a big realization of something, or, choosing to love yourself, to get on the right path, to do what you feel in your heart, to not settle or conform to anything that don't serve you, what you don't want to do. You're not making many sacrifices for others. This is all about you coming into alignment with you, right? Being more honest with yourself, okay? And letting the world around you see that. Okay, the love of your dragon reaches out to you. The realm of your truth is opening up. So some of you are just starting to be so real with yourself, so unapologetic for loving yourself and moving forward and doing things that do serve you in this season and all the seasons to come. So the energy of being authentic is what's being put on your spirit. The number 26. Which averages out to an 8. Okay, so everything gets a return. Everything comes back full circle. All the sacrifices you made, everything you've given up for the love of power, for the love you have for your children, your relationships, your jobs, all the sacrifices you made to keep other people strong around you, draining your damn cup and probably nobody feeling it in. It's time for you to get a return on all that positive energy and loving energy that you sent out, even to people who didn't deserve it, right? You tried to lift everybody up, try to be a pick-me-up, and love everybody. Now it's time to give it to yourself. Now it's time for you to be more honest. If you've outgrown certain people, places, things, situations, let it be known, if you have to. Okay? So you the most important person. You are the most important person. And it's time for you to take control over your life by being honest. All right? So this is your guidance here, Pisces, for you on the soul's journey. Okay, let's hop right in. Let's get some soulmate oracle cards right here. And we're going to clarify these, see what's going on with you here. How you feeling? What's going on in your thoughts, feelings? So what is the energy for Pisces on their soulmate journeys? A lot of you may have more than one soulmate, So we're going to call this the soulmate journey, okay? What's going on with the soulmates you encounter, okay? In the end, you tried and you cared, and sometimes that is enough, okay? So some of you have let people know, how you feel. You've done, like I just said, you've done everything. You made all these sacrifices, and in the end, you still got to pick yourself up and rebuild yourself. In the end, you still probably all alone. In the end, nobody's coming to save you. So when you put out all you can do for a person, place, thing, or situation, soulmate, I mean, the only thing you got left is to save yourself. Okay, so a lot of you have either made a lot of hard decisions to let go of people that you love because you feel like there's nothing else you can do. You did that to save yourself, you know. So in the end, you did what you could, and what you couldn't do, you tried, and that's enough. That's my favorite line. Okay, so what else is in the energy for Pisces and their soulmates? Pisces and their souls make journey. Okay? Your life doesn't get better by chance, it gets better by change. Period. You gotta, some of y'all, I'm hearing it, you gotta save yourself. Okay? Some soulmates are here to teach you lessons. Okay? So saving yourself is what's important. In the end, you did what you tried. Your life doesn't get better by chance, it gets better by change. You can't depend on nobody to make something happen for you. Okay? If you want something to happen, if you want to be different, you got to put action towards that. You got to manifest it. You got to think it up. You got to imagine it. You got to create it. Right? Ain't nobody going to create the life you want for you. You got to set the standard for that. Okay? Don't be afraid of losing someone who doesn't want you. Okay? I know it's hard to let go sometimes, but sometimes letting go is the best decision some people could ever make. We don't want to spend our lives fighting for people who wouldn't fight for us. We don't want to spend our lives giving our best years, pouring out all our goodness into somebody who's not going to handle it correctly. Okay? Somebody who's going to disregard it, who's ungrateful, who doesn't appreciate it, who only fucks with it when it's convenient, you know? So don't be afraid of losing someone who don't want you, right? Because that ain't going to do nothing but how you sitting on the floor smoking cigarettes, crying and stressing, you know? So let's see what else. Look, somebody moving on, baby. You are moving onto a steady and reliable path. Some of y'all feel like shit. Like I said, it's going to take me to save me. I can't depend on nobody to fix me, heal me. I can't depend on nobody to support me, house me. You know, these things, you got to find stability within yourself. You got to make sure no matter what happens in life, who comes, who goes, that you going to be okay. Because in the end, when the dust clear and all the people gone, the only thing you got left is you. The only person you have left is yourself. And you need to be strong for that. Now, I ain't saying push everybody out your life, because it just seems like in this situation, on this soul's journey, somebody moving on, changing, finding their way. So let's see what else. All right, Pisces. And then you have your dreams can come true if you have the courage to pursue them. Okay, so don't let nothing stop you. Don't just lay around on the bed or on the couch thinking about what you can do. Imagination, manifesting without action is going to get you nothing. Okay, you think you want to be somewhere, you see yourself being somewhere, you got a dream, you got something you want to create, you got to put in the work. You got to be determined to win. You got to focus on it. Take action towards it. Put some effort into it. Don't just sit up thinking about it. Okay? Don't be waiting on nobody. Okay? Your dreams can come true if you have the courage to pursue them. And that sometimes you got to make the sacrifices for yourself. Okay? What's your challenge here, Pisces, on your soul's journey? What is the challenge for Pisces on their soul's journey? Love yourself as much as you want someone else to love you. Wait a minute. As much as you want your soulmate to love you. Love yourself as much as you want your soulmate to love you. That's your challenge, Pisces. We'll push these over a little more so we can have a little more room, because this camera kind of off. Okay? So, damn. The challenge is for you to love yourself. It's like that's the hardest thing for you to do, is love yourself as much as you want your soulmate or someone else to love you. You got to give it to yourself, baby. Okay? What's crossing this energy, Pisces? is follow your heart's desire and manifest the heck out of your life. Follow your heart's desire and manifest the heck out of your life. Pisces, I feel like somebody's just coming into their own, stepping into their truth, unapologetic about who they are, tired of taking shit lying down, really putting your boots on, putting your boots to the ground, baby, right? You putting your boots on the ground and you standing up for yourself. You're loving yourself more. You're taking action. You're doing things you want to do. You saying no when you need to say no, when you want to say no. You say yes when you want to say yes. Right? You're not sacrificing for anyone or anything outside of yourself. You're making yourself happy. You're filling your body up with joy and contentment with who you are. You accepting yourself for who you are. Okay? And this might be your soul's journey and the people you encountered and how it changed you and how it made you feel. And somebody's just coming back to who they supposed to be. So let's hop in, Pisces. Let's hop right on in. In the end, Pisces, you tried and you cared. And that's enough. You did what you could, and what you couldn't do, you tried, right? So let's see what's going on with that. What is this energy for Pisces on their soul's journey? Okay? So now you protecting yourself more, right? You building yourself up. You winning. Some of you feel like I'm good by myself right now at this moment. And I'm not letting nobody in until I'm fully and completely healed, you know? But don't confuse being isolated with being healed. Don't confuse pushing everybody away, you know, for a period of time and then stepping back out into the world and feeling like you a healed person because you done let a lot of time go by. But soon as something happens, you know, you get triggered, that's when you realize you ain't really healed from shit. You just been isolated. So if you gonna isolate yourself and really do the work, you know what I mean? Really try to put in the work to really heal and not just be isolated. Okay, but right now you ain't really letting nobody in until you 100, right? You protecting yourself. This is what you feel like you got to do to protect yourself. When you reach the end, when you feel like I did everything I could do in this situation, there's nothing else I could do. I got to move on before it takes me out. So isolating is a form of protection for you, a way that you protect yourself. Yep, Queen of Cups, back turned, closed off, loving yourself. Okay, what it say? At the end, what was crossing it? You know, right here, your challenge to love yourself just as much as you want your soulmate to love you or somebody else to love you. With this Queen of Cups, is just showing that you putting your boots on the ground and you taking control over your life and you are making yourself a priority. Okay? So what else? So all you can do, like I said, in the end, when it's all said and done and the dust clears and the people gone, only one left there is you. You got to be able to deal with you, you know? And look, it's the Queen of Swords in the reverse. Okay? A lot of you just taking emotion out of it. You going cold on certain situations, right? The Queen of Swords in the reverse, it's like you ain't harsh. You ain't being harsh about cutting people off, right? You still got a heart in there, but you trying to take the emotion part out of it when you know you did what you could and it's over, right? So Queen of Swords in reverse is just, you know, trying not to, you know, may not have to speak because she in the reverse. You may not talk about what you're going to do. You just show what you're going to do, right? To be different, to let go, to cut it off, you know, to detach your emotion from situations you can't help with no more, or with people you can't save. You just quietly move on and guard yourself, right? You disappear, you ghost, you isolate. But like I said, remember, don't confuse that with healing. Okay? So in the end, you tried and you cared, and that's enough. I think some of you are finally starting to realize that, and it makes it easier for you to let go. Okay? Because the other card says your life does not get better by chance. It gets better by change. So somebody's realizing, and if I want something to happen, if I want to be a certain place, I have to do the work. I have to change my perspective. I have to move different. I have to change my surroundings. I have to do something different if I want to be different. I can't do the same shit and expect a different result, right? So your life doesn't get better by chance, it gets better by change. And you have justice in reverse. No, it's not fair all the time, right? But justice is in the reverse. You got to find a way to balance it out. Okay, you got to find a way to make sure that you're doing right. Okay, always check in on your inner self when you changing. We don't have to, just to make sure that you still good. Like, you not misusing people, running over people, or, using them for your gain or for your benefit without caring about what it does to another person's life. You don't want to beat nobody down to win. You know what I mean? So just make sure you can find the balance in your change, and make sure that you always going in and checking on yourself and making sure that you're okay. Okay? Because right now, some things may not be fair. Some of you guys' lives are changing because you're being forced to change. Right? Because things aren't balanced. Things aren't fair. Shit ain't going right. But I keep sitting here doing the same shit, getting the same result. I got to do something different if I want a different result. So everything's out of whack. It's out of order. And I got to find the balance in it. I got to figure out a way to get my justice. Right? So you got to take action. And it requires courage, bravery. Right? You can't hold back. Right? You see that? Number 8, it's time for you to get your return, but you got to be strong enough to let go, persevere, move forward. You got to be strong enough to open up, to be available to receive the things that the universal abundance that's meant for you. Because sometimes you're not allowed to have it if you ain't in the right space, if you ain't around the right people, if you ain't doing the work. Some things you just got to work for. And you got to have the courage to fight through anything that could potentially hold you back or knock you off your game. Okay? So have a strong will to get the job done. To be where you want to be. To set yourself up where you want to be set up at. Okay? So you got to be strong, Pisces. You got to be strong. Okay? You got to get in alignment. You can't give up on yourself. Okay? Something is meant for you. Right? But you got to align with it. By being authentic. By doing something different. By ending situations. By taking yourself out of situations, places, environments. Okay? You got to get in alignment with what you want. And if it's something you want and what you doing ain't in alignment with that, then you got to change. You got to sacrifice some things. You sacrifice many things. Now sacrifice it for yourself now. Okay? Next card. Don't be afraid to lose someone who don't want you. Don't be afraid to let people go. No matter how much you've invested or how you feel like you hate, you gotta waste your time, or you put all this into this and still you have nothing. That means it wasn't ever meant for you. You was forcing it in some type of way. You was settling for it in some type of way. You was sacrificing for it some type of way. Okay? It was never meant for you. And now you just see it. And becoming aware sometimes can hurt. When you take the veil off your eyes and see stuff for what it is, sometimes that shit is painful and it can break you sometimes. Right? So whoever this is, when you done smoking that cigarette, sitting up against that wall, put your boots back on the ground. Stand up for yourself. Okay? I see the high priestess. Okay? Listen to your intuition. Listen to the red flags. See the red flags and take action on them. Don't overlook them or avoid them. When you trying to be the best version of yourself for somebody else and they don't even appreciate it. When you trying to do all you could do to love somebody and hold on to them, they don't even care. It's time, like Page of Cups. You could have been young, right? Okay, this could be the start of you growing up. Okay, but I'm getting the only reason you feel that way, or when you recognize that someone doesn't want you, it's that you've been knew it. When you meet people, or when you start dating people, or when you get in relationships with these people, this Page of Cups is telling me you already know if it's gonna work out or not. If you would just to listen to yourself. After a few minutes of encountering a person that has the potential to be a partner, you already know if it's gonna last or not. That's what I'm getting. But because it's exciting, because you ain't fully developed, because of whatever situation you in right now, you may overlook certain things to have certain things. And then you keep doing that, and over time you get caught up with it. And it get harder to let go or see the red flags anymore. You start accepting it. Right? But if you follow your intuition off the top, if you listen to yourself, those little voices that's in your head, that gut feeling that you have that says, this ain't gonna last long. Don't even indulge in it. Don't even play with it. Right? Because then you get hooked. Because guess what? You the lovable one. You the one who leads your life with love. You lead your life with your heart. And you spend too much time with people, you get attached to them. You sleep with people too much, you become attached to them. Okay? And maybe it was just for fun. Maybe this is something we did when we was young. I didn't say I was going to grow up and marry you or be with you. But that wasn't what was in your mind or your heart. In the beginning, you knew it wouldn't last, but you didn't follow that. You continued to play around with people until you became attached to people. But when it first started, you knew something was telling you that this ain't a good idea. This ain't somebody I want to spend the rest of my life with. This ain't something that's going to last long. But because I played with it so much and I became attached to it, now I want it to last. But it was never meant to last. Right? So start listening to yourself. Okay? Whatever start off small could turn real big. Okay? Like I said, letting go sometimes could be the biggest victory, the biggest reward. Okay? Don't be afraid of losing something, even if it's not a person, even if it's not a relationship. It could be a job. Okay? It could be a lifestyle. Whatever it is, if it's no longer suiting you, don't be afraid to let it go. Because sometimes letting go comes in the biggest universal abundance of all. And it's the Sun card. So you learning the lessons. You learning to let go. That's why things are looking up. You got something special coming towards you, Pisces. Something that's very fulfilling. Something that's going to sustain you. But you have to grow. You have to align. You have to be strong. You have to stick to your guns. You got to keep your boots on the ground. You got to love yourself. You got to put yourself first. You got to know that in the end, when the dust settles and the smoke clears and all the people is gone, only thing left is me. So you have to make sure that you okay. Okay? So you got to align yourself. Change is required. Okay? You got to align yourself with what you want. You're going to have the victory. It's meant for you. You ain't going to miss what's meant for you, but you could damn sure prolong it or make it take a long time to come if you ain't in the right spot and good with yourself. Because sometimes the people that you around, people who ain't really messing with you like that, who ain't really grateful or appreciate you, respect you, whatever it is, they don't deserve to be a part of your Sun card. They don't. They don't deserve to be a part of your success. So the moment you can grow into what you truly are, who you truly are, and be honest and truthful with yourself, be the most authentic to self, because that's what the universe resonates with. Truth. 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 That's it. That's the only frequency it understands. Authentic. So when you can be real with yourself in each and every single way, you'll be happy. You'll get the fulfillment. It'll fall right to you. You won't have to chase it. It'll come to you. And it's there waiting on you. But you have to grow up a little bit, some people. Heal. I'm not saying you childish or immature, but you have to grow into healing. You have to grow into your truth. You can't be afraid to be yourself. You can't be afraid to let go people, places, and things for your highest good if it ain't fitting your truth. Don't even play around with it. Yeah, you gotta heal. You just gotta heal. Right? To get your victory, to get your success, to get what you want out of life, you gotta be a healed person. So if you're not healed yet, your job is to work on healing yourself. Even if it means you gotta move on. What this card say? You are moving on to a steady and reliable path. Because some of you feel like I can't depend on nobody. I only can depend on me. Right? And that may be true. Okay? So somebody trying to get their life together, trying to get it together, they leaving a lot of material things behind too. Ain't nothing much, just my personals, right? Somebody leaving and taking nothing but what they need, That's going to create a lot of opportunity with this Eight of Wands. And things are moving fast, okay? Things are moving up. Things are happening fast in your life. Maybe you had to move suddenly, or maybe something happened suddenly to where you have to get it together. But it's forward movement. It's progress. It's advancing. It's rising, So let's see what else, Pisces. You are moving towards a new reliable path. It's going to be for your highest good if you trust. This is the new beginning. Sometimes everything you want is on the other side of fear. Period. That's what I'm getting. Sometimes everything you want is on the other side of fear. Okay? So the sooner you can move on and stabilize yourself and realize that no matter what happens, no matter who comes, who gone, at the end of the day, it's about me. It's going to be me left to deal with me. It's the sooner you can start getting, in alignment with what's destined for you. The sooner you can become stable, right? The sooner you can just be all you can be. But you have to trust that change sometimes it's for the better. You have to trust in moving on and having a new beginning. You got to trust that if you leap, the universe will carry you. Okay? Judgment. Because some of you have been living in a low space. Whether it's around a lot of people who drain your energy, whether you just secluded and don't never want to come out into the sun and get some sun on the body, whether you just sitting around, laying around, thinking in your thoughts, imagining shit and ain't taking no action. Well, this angel is here to blow the damn horn, blowing the damn whistle, waking you up. Come on, it's time to get out of this energy. It's a new you. Right? It's time for you to step into who you are. Right now, fast and quick. You ain't got no more time to waste before you move on to loving yourself, to stabilizing yourself, to knowing who you are, to healing yourself. You got to rise, or you're going to die in that box. Change. It's time. Time for change. Time to move on. Time to get rid of the old belief systems. Time to stop putting yourself on the back burner. Time to stop putting people ahead of you, in front of you, on the side of you. It's time for you to focus on yourself, Pisces. That's what I'm getting. Your dreams can come true if you have the courage to pursue them. All you got to do is take action. Don't sit around feeling sorry for yourself. Don't worry about heal from the pain that other people caused you or the pain that you allowed to come into your life. Learn the lessons and move on. Like, leave the pain, take the lesson, right? So you got to take action on what you want to do and what you want to see, where you want to be. It's up to you. Okay, you can't be laying around in these beds scared and fearing what people may say and how people may judge you. No, you got to focus on you. The nines are about self. Okay, everything you want is on the other side of fear. If you want to sit and let fear stop you and keep you in that box, you will die there. But if you got the courage to feel the fear and do it anyway, you're going to overcome and prosper and excel. Okay? So don't just sit there, lay there, being scared. Take action. Okay? Six of Cups. Don't dwell too much on the past. Take the lesson, leave the pain. Okay? Love yourself. Heal from your childhood traumas. Okay? Think about the good things that happen in life. Don't focus on the negative. Don't focus on the negative. Don't sit up focusing on negative. Focus on positive and keep it moving. Okay? Your thoughts create your reality. Whatever your mind believes is what your body believes. And whatever you send out there, whatever frequency, that's what the universe gives back. The moon. You have to listen to yourself. It is very important that you listen to your intuition. It is very important that you're not afraid to move through the dark times. Don't be afraid to step into the light. Don't be afraid to come up out of the dark. Okay? Feel the fear and do it anyway. A lot of you are letting fear hold you back. Fear what people may say. Fear of losing everything. Fear. No, you got to let that go. Fear is the devil in Bobby Boucher's mama's voice. Fear is the devil, okay? You got to let that shit go. Your challenge is to love yourself as much as you want your soulmate to love you or somebody else. You got to be able to give it to yourself first. Nobody's ever going to love you more than you love yourself, okay? So you got to be patient with yourself. You got to find the balance. You got to find your own path. You can't be following nobody else's path. Okay? You got to find the balance within you. Emotionally, for sure. You have to be patient with yourself. Some of you guys are in a big rush. You ain't got to rush. Okay? Saving yourself is not a race. Okay? The Empress. You got to learn to let go of your control issues. You got to learn how to take care of yourself. Okay? Yeah, you a nurturer. That's the thing. You like to love on people, help them out. You have empathy for people. You will give the shirt off your back. But you also want to control the shit. But the thing is, it's time to nurture yourself. Everything you trying to give somebody else, give it to yourself. You ain't going to lose out. You only can win with that, right? Why is it so hard for you to think about yourself? Why is you putting everybody before you? You the value here. You the precious cargo here. Okay? So learn to nurture yourself the way you nurtured others in the past. Okay? This is the universe saying, give it to yourself. Don't make this hard. Because this ain't got to be in the challenge, right? It don't have to be. It shouldn't be. But for those of you who, didn't know or just been thinking about it, right? This is confirmation that it's about saving you now. Okay? King of Swords in reverse. Talk too much. Somebody talk too much. Somebody tell all their business, all their truths. Everybody don't need to know everything. The King of Swords upright. He knows all the facts. He don't talk so much. He sit back. He listen. He analyze. He break down. He put stuff where it need to go. But in the reverse, it's just kind of loose mouth. Just telling all your business. You ain't got to tell everybody every fucking thing you been through. Sometimes it's just best to kind of keep your mouth closed. So it's a challenge. Somebody just talk too much. Somebody love telling what's going on and all their stories, You don't have to. Don't do it. You encourage not to do it, Because remember, if you keep bringing up that shit that you've been through and everybody that done hurt you, you stay there. You stay in that box. Because why you keep talking about the past? Why you keep bringing it up? Okay? That happened. Is it still happening right now? Maybe if you keep talking about it, everybody you encounter, you keep telling about all the horrible shit that happened, what this person did, what that person did. Now that's like opening up the door for somebody else to kind of do the same thing, right? But if you take the lesson from that and grow from that and try to stay positive and speak victory in your words and, don't use the past, the things that hurt you as fuel to gossip about, Find a new perspective. Find something else to focus on that's more positive, that's going to bring good things to you. Because remember, power of the life and death lies in the power of the tongue. So if you want to keep spitting about all the shit that people done that was fucked up, You're going to keep having fucked up shit happen to you. So the challenge is to learn to speak victory over yourself. Okay? What's crossing this energy, Pisces? Look at there. It's the Wheel of Fortune. Great things are coming, baby. You got this. Something is fated for you. You have a design course, and nothing's going to really steer you too far away from that. Okay? So get in alignment. Okay? We got the King and Queen of Swords out here. Okay? Some of you may find the soulmate that you've been looking for. Okay? But you have to be smart. You have to, know how to make head over heart decisions. You cannot lead this world strictly with your heart. You have to have logic. Okay? You have to use the mind as well. Okay? So this is the energy. Let's get a practical self-care oracle to close out this reading, Pisces. Get us a few shuffles and then we're going to see what does Pisces need to know for their highest good. All right, so what is the energy here? What does Pisces need to know for their highest good? And you have declutter. Let go of old items. Create a new sacred space for yourself. Period. All right, this is the energy. I hope it resonates. Let's get a word from the chakra wisdom to promote positivity, to see which chakra needs to be worked on, or to simply get an inspirational quote that we can say to ourselves each and every day. Pisces, you have the 7th chakra, and this is the crown chakra, and this one is relevant to divine intervention, okay? I honor a higher power, and I know that anything is possible. I let a higher power have a more active presence in my life, and I know that my life is divinely guided. I surrender to this truth. I know that I am loved, guided, and protected by a higher source. I am open to seeking guidance in my spiritual quest from a spiritual teacher, master, or guru. Okay, Pisces? The universe is trying to intervene and help move you forward, help push you to become a better person, to love yourself more, to take life and matters into your own hands, to be unapologetic about being in your truth. Okay? So the universe got your back, whatever you're doing right now to better yourself, to be more real with yourself. Okay? So divine intervention is the positive energy. If you're new to my channel and you like this video, go ahead, hit that like or subscribe button. For those of you who are returning, thank you for your continued support. And remember that your comments are always welcome. This is all I have, Pisces. As always, be safe, be blessed, and I'll talk to you guys next time. Bye.